adjustment, all right? So there's actually 4 things here that help you to see the view more clearly, different from just focusing, right? Now, you guys have already tried using the condenser and diaphragm a few times, all right? I think you have an idea about that. Now, what I haven't told you is that it doesn't really, the condenser diaphragm, especially condenser, which is the part that goes up and down, doesn't really make any difference until you're using 400 or 1000X, all right? At the low power, as I told you, you just have it up 2 or 3 millimeters below the slide is okay, right? But at higher power, like today, you're gonna work a lot at 1000X, all right? It's actually better to lower it down a bit like that, although the exact amount depends on your sample and your eyes, right? So you lower the condenser down, and that will help direct the light more carefully for the high-powered objective, all right? That's one thing, lower the condenser. Another thing, of course, adjust the diaphragm. The diaphragm technically is the part that turns around like this. The condenser is the part that goes up and down, right? So turn the diaphragm to a higher contrast setting, okay? Which on this one is turning it to the left. Each microscope is a little bit different way of doing that, okay? So use your diaphragm carefully today, otherwise you won't see the chromosomes, okay? I'm almost positive, all right? All right, so those things you know about already. The interocular, you know very well, right? All right, eyeglasses off, right? And throw them on the floor. No. For me, it's about 62, all right, roughly. And pretty much by coincidence, it's also 62 on this kind, all right? This has a sliding adjustment. Now, you should try to remember that number for yourself so that you don't have to do it too often, all right? For me, about 62 is good. Okay, so finally we get to the new thing, which is the diopter. Diopter, what does it sound like? It means diopter. Two optics, 2 eyes, yes. So what the diopter is about is being able to adjust the focus a little differently because your 2 eyes are slightly different, right? Even if you have theoretically perfect eyesight, which seems like a lot of scientists don't, okay? We read too much, right? But whatever, your 2 eyes are probably different, all right? And this lets you adjust for that. The diopter, by the way, has another name, astigmatism adjustment. You ever heard this term? I don't know. Astigmatism. Maybe somebody can write it on the board there as I spell it out. Can you do it, Dome? Yeah. A-S-T-I-G. Matism. M-A-T-I-S-M. Yeah, astigmatism adjustment, right? So astigmatism is one specific kind of imbalance between your eyes. Astigmatism is because your eyeballs are 2 different shapes, okay? Maybe more pointed or more flattened, right? And that changes the focus in some way. There's other differences too, which have to do with the lenses of your eyes, the interpupillary muscles and things like that, all right? But astigmatism is one of the bigger, more obvious things people have different between their eyes, all right? So how's it work? Now you got the theory, how's it work? Well, you need a slide on there that has very nice contrast. That's why we're going to do it with the E's, all right? Black and white, you can't get better contrast than that, and it's easy to find it. Okay, so just pop that on there. Bring your condenser up to the average setting. Turn things on. Okay, we got some light coming up. Get the E in the middle. It's all basic stuff you guys know about. All right, so the first part of this, just do everything normally. Low power, it's good. 100x power, centered again. Fine focus. You guys know how to do all this, right? And then we go to the 400, all right? Carefully, and focus it again. All right, so try to find part of the printed letter that is really clear, All right, really clear. And now you remember at this scale, there's quite a difference in the depth of focus. Okay, the plane is thin, right? So you focus up, focus down. I try to find a plane of focus that is quite good. All right, and also make sure your diopter is set on 0. Okay, now on this microscope, 0 is that mark right there. There's a little dot. There's a little bump up there. I'll turn it around. There's a little bump and there's a 0 mark on the diopter. You see it? Now some of them have a different way of doing it. You might check that one out. Okay, you want to set the diopters on 0 when you're doing this process, all right? 0 means it's not helping you, it's not hurting you exactly either, right? This microscope has only 1 diopter adjustment, which is really all you need. Now, a few of them have 2 diopter adjustments, which means you do this process twice, right, if you want to do it. Okay, so you get that on 0. Find your specimen again. It just got moved. Now, all this time, my 2 eyes are open. Interocular width is perfect for me. Very important to be able to use 2 eyes for this process, okay? All right, now I cover 1 eye. This is the funny thing. Okay, cover an eye, look in there. The diopter adjustment's on my left side, so I'm gonna turn this until it's better focused than it was, okay, which is about there. And that has gone from 0, for me, it's about 0.6 or 0.7, all right, if there were numbers on here, plus 0.6. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen with you. You might go less, you might go more, you might not have to do anything, all right? After you get your left eye perfect, then you can open both eyes again and you're like, oh yeah, all right, HD again, okay, you know? It's so perfect, right? So that's all there is to it, all right? Cover the eye, adjust the diopter. If you do have 2 diopters, then you do it with the left eye and then cover the left eye up and do it with the right eye, and it may make it even more perfect, all right? That's all there is to it. So why don't you partner up with some people? I think between 2 tables here, we got about 12 or 13 microscopes, so you can take turns a little bit, leave them alone, and get an E-slide to practice this with, all right? That's it. Any questions?